Madonna and Oprah, the quote, queen of eyebrows, Anastasia Soare, is so iconic in the beauty world that she's known simply by her first name. After escaping communist Romania, Anastasia came to the United States and built a billion-dollar beauty empire. Now she's adding author to her list of accomplishments with the release of her memoir, Raising Brows. Joining me now is the founder and CEO of Anastasia Beverly Hills, Anastasia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course, so you have lived quite the life. As I mentioned, you came to America from Romania with virtually no connections, and you now have a billion-dollar cosmetics business. Why did you decide that now was the time to write a memoir, and what do you hope that readers will take away from it?
I wanted to write this memoir. Anyone that has a dream to really go for it. I want people to have the confidence that they could do whatever they put their mind into. No fear. And they should always think, if Anastasia was able to do it, I could do it too.
And how did you do it? You came to the United States as an immigrant with no connections, and you now have this enormous cosmetics brand. What was that process like? I know it took a long time to get there, but what did that entail?
Well, I started working as an esthetician, and I saw a clear gap into not having eyebrow any attention. And I was working with a lot of celebrity and my everyday clientele that I realized eyebrows are so important. First, I realized that my own eyebrow was pencil thin and round, and I looked surprised in all the pictures. I fixed my own eyebrows, and I was so excited to share with all my clients. And that was kind of the beginning. And then once I decided to rent a room in a small salon to expand my services into eyebrows, I realized that there were more and more clients that they wanted that little pomade that I used to mix in with eyeshadow, aloe vera, and Vaseline to create pomade. And I went to a art store and bought a brush and filling in the perfect shape. Now everybody would look amazing when they left my salon, but after they would take a shower, that would disappear, the perfect shape. So kind of they pushed me to create the product line. And in 1999, I was able to offer in my salon products. I was lucky enough to have that, how I call it, the Oscar moment, that in 1998, Oprah Winfrey had me on her show, shaping her eyebrows. And that was the most incredible moment that my brand got so much recognition and support. And ever since, she's still my clients and she still supports my brand and myself.
Anastasia, memoirs often reveal raw and unfiltered moments behind the success. Were there any stories or chapters that were especially emotional or difficult for you to write?
Of course, I wrote so many difficult moments because this is the book is an authentic everything that I went through. Good moments, difficult moments, but it is my life. I wanted to share with everyone to understand being an entrepreneur is not everyday glorious day. Always you have to solve problems. This is what I would call business. And to just give you an example, when I wanted to open a salon, the difficult part was that the landlord didn't want to rent me the space because he thought that shaping eyebrows, I would not be able to pay the rent. Well, I was able to convince him. I didn't take no as an answer. And I opened the salon. And of course, it became successful after 2 weeks. He called me and he asked me what I'm doing there because it's a line outside before the open of the salon. So many, many moments. Like I couldn't get a credit card. And because I didn't have, the bank will always say you don't have history, a credit history. Of course, I didn't take that as an answer, and I tried to convince the manager to give me a credit card. So many, many other stories. I went to Norfolk in 2000 to not only sell my products, but to sell the service. But in 1999 was the consumer wasn't very educated on how to use eyebrow products. And I wanted to convince Nordstrom to have a service, an eyebrow service, brow studios. And they were retailers, they were not in service business. But after I went to Seattle and kind of showed them how the service could occur, they decided to open brow studios. And these days, we have brow studios in restaurants around the country.
And Anastasia, your popular golden ratio brow shaping method had a major impact on the beauty industry. Can you share how this idea came to life and how it continues to influence modern beauty?
Yes. So in arts, my art teacher always talked about if we want to draw a portrait and we want to change an emotion on the face, you change the eyebrow shape. And of course, he educated us on Leonardo da Vinci using golden ratio on all his paintings. So we did, of course, studied on how the eyebrows following the golden ratio will create a harmony and will bring balance and proportion within the face. So basically what it is for the eyebrow, it kind of simplifies the formula. Staying in front of the camera, your eyebrow always should begin above middle of inside of the nostril, outside corner of the nose, corner of the eyes, that should be the end. And tip of your nose, middle of the iris, that should be the part of the eyebrows. The inner part should always be low, this should be higher, and that kind of should be the map of everybody's eyebrows according their bone structure and natural shape. And of course, that was used as well later on when we expand the brand more than the eyebrow products on contouring. Contouring is another way of using makeup and creating the perfect balance and proportion, an illusion of perfect balance and proportion, using the dark colors to minimize the part of the face and light colors to emphasize. So I believe that our brand and products were built on the foundation of the golden ray.
And I heard you say that you had learned that in an art class. Are you a natural artist?
I mean, yes. I mean, I went in art class. I used to paint. I studied 5 years of technical design. So I think my eye is encoded to recognize that perfect balance and proportion.
And as you mentioned, you work with greats like Oprah, Kim Kardashian, and Cindy Crawford. Can you share a memorable moment or story from working with one of your high-profile clients that shaped your journey?
Well, Oprah was the original that really shaped my career and my Oscar. I Another incredible moment in my life as an immigrant was being invited by Michelle Obama that I she eyebrows at the White House and taking a picture of the seal in the White House. That was such a proud moment as an immigrant. And many others. Kim Kardashian doing her eyebrows with a lamp because her baby shower and being present and celebrating her. So many moments. I was lucky enough. I'm so grateful that all my clients supported me and showed me so much love.
And what is on trend for brows now? Is it because you mentioned like pencil thin brows, and I know in the late 90s and early 2000s in Queens, I was tweezing
Yeah.
them very thin. What's on trend? I mean, I feel like I see a thicker brow now, and that's been in for a while. What is your opinion on that?
Well, of course, thicker eyebrows, beautiful. I mean, I championed for the beginning with thicker eyebrows, but the trend was the trend. And so then eyebrows, and then later on, I created all the products that will give a chance to every client to create those products, even if you overtrees your eyebrows. Like myself, I have way thinner eyebrows, but I use all my products to create the thicker eyebrows.
All right. And if there's one thing you want people to take away from Raising Brows, your memoir, what is it?
Believe in yourself, You are able to do everything you put your mind in. Just don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to do whatever you want. You have to work hard. It is not easy, but this is the best thing that you could. This is the country. Yeah, you could do whatever you want.
Anastasia Soare, founder and CEO of Anastasia Beauty, thank you for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you so much. This is another Oscar moment for me. New York Exchange, this is amazing. I could hear the bell.
This is an all-star moment for us too. We're so excited to have you. Everyone here is so excited. Thank you for joining us and sharing your very beautiful journey.
Thank you so much.